Hey guys, Cody from InfamousMusician.com here, and today I'm reviewing the Presonus Studio 68 4-input audio interface. It runs for about $300 new, which costs a bit more than similar interfaces like the Behringer UMC 404 HD or even Presonus's own audio box series that are now discontinued. So how does it stack up? In this video, I'm going to cover the features of the Studio 68 and then compare some recording samples through the unit in comparisons to a Behringer UMC audio interface so you can judge for yourself if there are any differences there. So let's get right into it. On the front of the Studio 68, there are two XLR 1/4-inch inputs with the other two on the back, which I'll show here in a minute. There's also the gain level knobs for each input, a headphone level knob, and a monitor level knob. There's also a button for enabling phantom power, enabling line level inputs, an input monitoring switch, and an AB button. This AB button allows you to toggle the headphone output from the main output to the outputs 3 and 4. Lastly, on the front is my favorite feature, which is the monitor level meters. Not too many interfaces have this feature, and while you don't necessarily need it, it is nice to have, and I definitely like the look of it too. On the back of the Studio 68, there's the two other XLR 1/4-inch inputs, 4 outputs, 2 for the main outs and 2 for outputs 3 and 4. Again, you can toggle between these using the AB button on the front. There's also the headphone out, USB connection, and power connection. Lastly, there is a connection to add MIDI and SPDIF inputs. To add these, a cable plugs into this connection, giving you access to MIDI and SPDIF. Personally, I'm not a fan of the setup. I'm guessing the objective with this decision was to make the unit a bit smaller, but I don't like the need for an added cable to add these connections. It just seems a bit cumbersome to me. I personally prefer when MIDI is directly on the unit itself. Anyways, that covers the features of the Studio 68. But one last thing that I want to point out is that the unit needs to be plugged into an outlet using the power adapter in order to turn it on. It will not power up from USB alone. In my opinion, this is another oversight, as I'm sure some people will want to use this as a mobile recording solution, and having to bring along an added power cord is just an added annoyance, especially when there are other 4-input audio interfaces out there that can be powered on just USB connection alone, making them more mobile friendly. So I'm not a huge fan of that. With all that said, now let's take a listen to how the interface sounds. I've recorded my guitar directly into the Studio 68 and then into my Behringer UMC 1820. The 1820 uses the same inputs as the UMC 404 HD, so that will hopefully give you a decent comparison. First up is going to be my Schecter C1 with active pickups, so even the clean signal will distort a bit. So if you hear distortion, it's because of the pickups and not the interface. That's just how the pickups react. Then you'll hear a sample with my Ibanez, which has passive humbucker pickups, which will give the tone a cleaner sound. So take a listen. Well, that's all I have for you in this review on the Presonus Studio 68. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge of which sounded better, so be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments below, and feel free to ask any questions that you have. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I can continue making videos just like this one. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.